We're gonna talk about this Tony Yayo Ja Rule situation. I know y'all saw it. It's viral at this point. Everybody's talking about it. We're gonna chop it up. I got a couple minutes, man. I want to get my little take. I gotta chime in. I'm a '90s, '80s, '90s baby. You know what I'm saying? So I got my opinion, and this is something that went on as I was coming up. The whole G Unit Murder Inc. clash. You dig? Been a lot of speculation. Who has been the aggressor over the years? You know what I'm saying? They paint a picture like 50 was just this big bully and he had everybody shook and all this. But there's always three sides to the story. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, today, man, we saw the footage of was it today or last night? Either one. We saw the footage of Ja Rule on a plane. We saw Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder. Um, we saw these guys talking, keyword talking, right? That's the key word of the day. We saw them antagonizing Ja Rule. And Ja Rule like turned around, he was talking his shit. And they were kind of cutting the video. What are they cutting the video for? Right? They chopped the video up. They should have let the video play. Um, it's been two or three different videos that came out. One video showed Ja Rule in the front seat and Uncle Murder and Yayo in the back. Another video showed a different angle where Ja Rule was ready to rumble. And he was asking him, "What's up? What y'all want to do?" You dig? And they didn't want to do shit, man. Let's just be real, man. Let's just get straight to the point. I want to get straight to the point, man. G Unit has always been tacky to me. Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder have been running around here getting flued out by 50 Cent like two little skeezers. They've been getting flued out, that wined and dined like some fucking skeezers. 50's little skeezers, right? They feeling themselves. And we gonna get deep. We gonna get deep into this, man, because I see a lot of people online. They're championing, forgive me. They're glazing Yayo and Uncle Murder, and they always glazing 50. But we gonna break this shit down because there was a debate last month about Yayo being taken care of, and then there was somebody else on the other end. I forgot who that was on the top of my head. But let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all something real quick. See, you got some people that they don't mind getting taken care of, right? They'll let a man or a woman, right? They'll let a man or a woman take care of them. And then you got the other people. The other people say, hey, man, hey, I appreciate you. I appreciate the offer. I appreciate you wanting to extend your courtesies to me, but I got this. If you could just assist me with starting something so I can feed myself. Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder, there's some G Unit skeezers. They like 50 to take care of. You see Tony Yayo on Vlad. He's running around talking about how he's eating smoked duck. He's getting flew out to Spain. You know what I'm saying? It's people on the internet glazing this shit, man. They running around here acting like G Unit did something to that boy. And the reality is where the era that I come from, the time that I come from, right? You see, if it's such a heated debate, a heated beef, and you see such and such, it's time to put hand. You talk after the fact, right? You make fun of and you antagonize when they on the ground. These guys, and I'm not promoting violence. I think all of it's whack. I think they're way too old to even be in these situations. But since we're on the topic, and since people are acting like G Unit did something, they acting like Tony Yayo got a W or something. We we gotta break it down. Um, They should have put hands on that man. If this is what we talking about, if we talking about G Unit and 50 Cent and Yayo and them, they're supposed to be something of a certain caliber that people are making them out to be. There should have been some action. You mean to tell me y'all gonna let that man sit here and call y'all the P word and talk crazy? Y'all didn't put hands on him? Another part of this I want to break down is Uncle Murda had nothing to do with the whole G Unit beef, right? Uncle Murda wasn't around for the G Unit murder. He wasn't around, and I find it real corny that Uncle Murda had to insert himself. And I'm gonna tell y'all why he inserted himself. And this is why I said both of those guys are G Unit skeezers because they know if they don't react a certain way when they see Ja Rule, 50 Cent will send them back to the projects. And that's why that goes back to my point of never let somebody feed you because the same person that feeds you can starve you. You understand? And I guarantee you 50 he's not happy that they didn't put hands on him. You understand? Laura Williams, how you doing? What's going on? Yeah. Um so we're seeing these videos coming out and yeah, we seeing the videos coming out and a lot of us who are being honest, we see what happened. And Ja Rule stood tall. And shout out to that brother. You know, I like to root for the underdogs. You know what I'm saying? But I also like to root for the truth. You know what I'm saying? And what we saw was we saw Ja Rule stand tall. We saw the two twins, the two goofy twins. We saw them do a lot of this. They did a lot of this, and they had an opportunity to put hands on Ja Rule, and they didn't do that. And I don't know what part of tough that is. I don't know what part of Gorilla. I thought it was Gorilla Unit. What happened to the Gorillas? You should have been beating his ass. You should have been jumping over seats, okay, and getting on that man. So I'm seeing people all day online on social media, and they try to paint these narratives. See, on social media in 2026, it's all about narratives. Who can get their narrative out first? Who's gonna get their story out first? Yayo got his story out first. Yayo said, "Yeah, we saw Ja Rule on a plane. We ran him off the plane." No, you didn't. We saw the video. You didn't run that man off no plane. Now, as a grown man, why would I want to sit? Why would I want to sit in front of two of my enemies so they can antagonize me or possibly harm me? Why would I want to sit in front of my enemies? So you mean you ran him off the plane? Cuz was ready to he was ready to rumble on the plane. Y'all didn't get off the plane and take care of business. You dig? Who we got in the building? Dexter Fuqua said, "Yeah, yo, Uncle Murder was bluffing, bluffing big muffins, dog." And I pointed this out, like we know Ja Rule, he's a short dude. He's probably my height or a little shorter. He's a short dude, but dude is in shape. You could tell he's in shape. You could tell Ja Rule has been in the gym. He's never stopped going to the gym because he knew this day would come. You can tell that Ja Rule knows that one day he's going to run into 50, one day he's going to run into G Unit, and this exact moment, you have to be ready. You can tell that he already has that in the back of his head. So Ja Rule, he's very fit. He looks like he did back in 2001. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Murda and Yayo, on the other hand, they too busy getting flued out. The two skeezers, the two tramps, the tricks, they too busy getting flued out, eating smoked up, right? That's they all Yayo always bragging about the exotic foods he eats. Okay. They would have been no match for Ja Rule. He I believe he would have really embarrassed them boys. And they know I think that they know that they'd have got embarrassed. Because that's why they didn't do shit. What is a charge? Okay, they got kicked off the plane. 50 could have sent the jet. 50 could have paid the bail. 50 would have gladly paid the bail. He would have sent the jet, paid the bail, and they probably would have got some money on top of that. Them boys ain't want no smoke, man. They didn't want no smoke. And I want to say this again because it's all corny. We all too grown. And G Unit's energy has always been. tacky. It's always been counterproductive. 50 Cent's energy is counterproductive. You dig? And I hate shit like that. I hate niggas like that. But them two dudes knew if they didn't do what they did and form their narrative, that they would be fired and they'd be broke. Okay, 50 would have kicked their ass out the group. You dig? Ray, what up, bro? Ray said yes, we have. They were on a plane together before nothing happened. Uh, Dexter said Ray never seen Jive 50 in the same spot. I have never. I personally, I don't know. It could have went down, but I've never seen or heard anything about that. Holy Rhino said Jeff still married to his wife over 20 years. None of the few rap artists I like. Brother Lynch is another you like. Yeah. Look at Ja Rule, man. I mean, think about this. Ja Rule, as much as they try to make it seem like he took the L, like dude has been with the same lady for decades. He got family, kids look like they doing good. You know what I'm saying? He's still touring, making money, doing shows. You dig? I don't like the narratives that they make about Ja Rule. You dig? Brick Flipper says John 50 was on the same plane already. Well, what happened? Why 50 ain't do nothing? I thought he was the gorilla. What happened to the gorilla unit, man? But now I had to pop on here and give my commentary because I'm seeing so much glazing. It's so many 50 glazers on the internet, man. And let me tell y'all something. If you see, I want y'all to listen close, right? This is just my conjecture. If you see people that love the shit that 50 Cent does, you gotta watch those people. Those people have a hating spirit, okay? Because 50 Cent has a hating spirit, man. So watch out for people that always co-sign everything that 50 does. I co-sign some of the stuff. Some of the shit is funny, but a lot of the shit is just counterproductive. Power, counterproductive. The show about the rat twins, counterproductive. Uh, the Diddy documentary, counterproductive. Everything 50 do, what has he done to uplift the culture? Really? Queen Team said, me and the real one though. Dexter said, supposed to be a bully. Why didn't Ja get touched? Yeah, why didn't he get touched? Back in the day, man, they always try to make it seem like 50 was putting, you know, hands on people. Let's be real. 50 was a victim, man. 50 was a victim. Nobody got hurt after 50 got shot up. All right. After who remembers? Who remembers? After 50 got shot. See, I remember, right? A lot of these niggas got selective memory. After 50 Cent got shot, he lived with the goddamn police. He wore his vest, and I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but we got to be real about this shit. After 50 got shot, he wasn't on goon time and he wasn't on demon time. He got his mind right, and he was running around with all kind of police. Okay, he was he wasn't outside, right? It was a scary time for him. He didn't do. He was a victim, bro. Like nobody got touched behind him getting shot. Let's talk about Yayo. Yayo got thrown in the bushes. 50 threw Yayo in the bushes. Go pull it up. Y'all forgive me. I had an energy drink. I'm kind of turned up. Go pull up on YouTube. Tony Yayo getting thrown in the bushes. Then go look up Tony Yayo gets cereal poured on his head in Rikers Island. Nobody believes. See, only people that ain't really been outside believe that Tony Yayo is some sort of demon or gorilla or somebody to fear. Only niggas that ain't been outside like that. Tony Yayo, you could tell, yeah, he was probably selling drugs, getting money, but he was not a major factor in nobody's streets like that. I'm talking about a threat. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was. You can just tell by the way he talked. You can tell by the way he do his interviews. You can tell by the way he glazes 50 Cent. No real man is glazing another man like that. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, but to talk about that man every other sentence in every interview, You could tell he wasn't really shit. Now Uncle Murda, let's talk about Uncle Murda. I remember MySpace. Uncle Murda responded to me. I seen a video where Papoose was on his head top. I remember Papoose was on Uncle Murda's head, right? And I messaged Uncle Murda because Uncle Murda looked scared as shit, right? Uncle Murda's eyes was real big. He didn't really want to do nothing. See, some niggas, they gotta have a gun. Some dudes gotta have a gun to be tough. You understand? Papoose ran down on Uncle Murda. Uncle Murda's eyes was this big. Shook. I messaged him on MySpace. I'm like, cause I'm listening to Uncle Murda's music. I'm like, Uncle Murda, I like this shit. This nigga's back then, around that era, around 2005, 2006, it was all about being real. It was all about these niggas is really doing what they say. Uncle Murda, this guy's a murderer. So I'm listening to his music, and then I see that video. I'm like, oh shit! I get in his inbox. I say, Uncle Murda, you look shook, and he responded to me like, nah, I wasn't shook, nigga, you was shook. All right. So I look, everybody. Let me tell you, man. I've been in situations where I had to tuck my tail. Okay. I've been in situations where I've had to tuck my tail. Outnumbered, outpowered, whatever the case is, you got to be smart. I get it. But the people that's glazing G Unit act like they're some fucking superheroes or something. Man, come on, man. Yeah, I rock with Buck. See, G Unit was always tacky. Like, their whole swag was tacky. Young Buck was the only one that wasn't tacky, to me, my personal opinion. Young Buck had his southern swag. You know what I'm saying? Young Buck could dress. Them niggas couldn't dress. 50 still can't dress. 56 is the most tackiest nigga in the goddamn game. Those goddamn G Unit sweatsuits. Remember he had the little tank tops? The G Unit sneaker? Come on, man. 50 Cent has counterproductive energy, man. You dig? It's these dudes is 50 plus, man. They 50 plus. You know what I mean? And they still going on and on about some shit, that should have been over with. They said 50 Ja Rule fought 52 times. You dig? They said they fought him twice. Ja Rule ain't never been scared of them boys, man. Reason why I'm talking about this is because I don't like the narrative. I don't like when people lie, bro. A lot of times I get on this app, it's to it's to dispel lies. You understand? Ray said, I agree. Young Buck was the realest. It still is in the streets today. But no way he ever paid 10 a key. Nah, definitely ain't paid no that 10 a key. And look, everybody done look, Buck, he fucked up. He done did some shit, you know what I'm saying? But, at the end of the day, man, I would have preferred Young Buck out of any of them to listen to. You understand? Lloyd Banks. I like Lloyd Banks. He moved. He got out. He got out of there. He said, you know what? I'd rather have. Look, Lloyd Banks probably said, from the looks of it, Lloyd Banks said, you know what? I'm not being nobody's goddamn. Uh, uh, uh. I'm not being nobody's little tramp. I'm not being nobody's kid. See, it's one. Look, let me tell you something. Everything has a price, man. Say 50 wanted to come and show you a life of luxury. He wanted you to be on a team. He's gonna feed you. At some point, you like, man, this is cool and shit, right? But at some point, you want your own. You don't want to live in constant fear of a nigga cutting you off because you made the wrong move. You don't want to wait for a nigga to come pay the tab. You want to pay your own shit. And I'm sure Lloyd Banks was like, you know what, man? Okay, it was cool. It was good. You're not going to keep talking to me like that. And I'm not going to be your little tramp. You dig? You dig? Like, these two goofy niggas, Yayo and Murda, they running around giggling all day like some geeks. You know what I'm saying? Oh, 50 got us. Nigga, you 50 years old. 50 got us, yo. Yeah, yo, 50 got me on stage. 50 got me in Spain. Like, come on, bro. Like, as a man, as a grown man, bro. Like, that's you gotta be uncomfortable. That's uncomfortable, man. You dig? Queen team, what it do? Yeah, yeah, man. I had to get on there and chime in on this topic, man. We going. I mean, Benzino. I seen Benzino make a post, and Benzino said some real shit. And this is how we gonna know who's real tough. This is how we gonna know who's real tough. Who's really about it, right? Benzino said, cool, how about we just get in the ring? Let's set it up. Obviously, Yayo and Murda need to find a bag. They running around doing a podcast now. Okay? They got a podcast now, which looks like trash. Have y'all seen the clip of their podcast? That shit looks like trash. Benzino said, let's just get in the ring. Benzino and Ja Rule versus Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda. Why can't we get that? 50, set it up. Niggas is so real. Let's set that up. It's not like y'all cool on the money. Y'all could use the bag. They need to set that up ASAP. I guarantee you, them dudes will not participate. You know what I'm saying? Because their heart isn't really in it. They ain't got no problem with y'all. For real, for real. They had to do that so they don't get sent back to the projects. 50 will kick their ass to the curb if they wouldn't have did something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he'd have kicked their ass straight to the curb. uh Adrian Vernon said them body blunt smoking drunks can't do nothing. Yeah, they can't. That's what I've been telling people. They're like, how you know they not in shape? I said this on one post. I said, dog, they not in shape. Somebody's like, how you know they not in shape? Nigga, we can see. We can see that they not active in the gym, that they not exercising. They don't talk about it. They don't post nothing about the gym, and you can physically see that they not in the gym. Cool, that's their choice. But I'm just saying, we know Ja Rule would have put hands and feet. Well, he'd have gave up a real good fight. He'd have embarrassed them, and they knew it. That's why they didn't do nothing. You dig? But look, I'm gonna get back with y'all probably tomorrow, man. I appreciate y'all stopping through. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button.